Students, today we will start with solids in water, liquid in water and gases in water. Take a glass of water, add a few crystals of sugar in it and stir. You will find that the particles of sugar disappear. Why? Because the molecule of the sugar take up the space between the molecules of water. As water is liquid and there is much space in the molecules of the water because molecules are not tightly packed in liquids. So the molecules of the sugar take up the space between the molecules of the water. So we can say that sugar gets dissolved in water. Liquid in water. You must see a painter removing paint from his hand by using turpentine oil and not with the water. Why? Because paint gets dissolved in oil and can easily be removed, whereas it doesn't dissolve in water. So water can't be used to remove the oil. There are some liquids which are miscible with water and there are some liquids which are not miscible with water. Oil will not dissolve in water. Some of the liquids when mixed together dissolve in each other. For example, liquids like glycerin and alcohol, they dissolve in water. However, some liquids when mixed together do not dissolve in each other, like kerosene oil and vegetable oil do not dissolve in water. They will form a separate layer above the water. Now gases in water. When you boil water, you observe some bubbles are formed along the side of the beaker. These are the dissolved gases that get separated from water on heating. The gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen dissolve in water. For example, water in rivers, oceans and lakes has oxygen dissolved in it. When you open the bottles of drinks like Coca-Cola and any other aerated drinks, then bubbles of the gas come out. These are the bubbles of carbon dioxide gas which have been dissolved in water under great pressure. When we heat a substance, its size increases. This increase in size of matter is known as expansion and the expansion of matter. On heating a substance, the movement of particles increases and the space between them also increases. So the substance expands. For example, to open a tight metal lid of a jar, we dip it into hot water because the heat of water causes the lid to expand a little and it opens out easily. And we can also perform an activity with the ring ball apparatus. We have to take an iron ball and an iron ring. The size of the ball should be slightly more than the ring so that it could not pass through the ring. And now heat the ring without the ball. When we heat it for few minutes, it get expand. Now again try to pass the ball from the ring. You will notice that the ball which was initially tied to pass through the ring now passes easily. Why? Because the ring expands and the ring get expanded on heating. So we can say that the matter expand on heating. And when we cool a substance, its size decreases. This decrease in size of matter is known as contraction of matter. On cooling, the movement of particles of matter slows down. They become close to each other and space between them decreases. So the matter contracts. That's why electric cables do not appear loose in winter while they hang loosely from poles in summer. Now, about physical change and chemical change. When the change occurs only in the shape, size, and state of matter, it is known as the physical change. It is a temporary change and can be reversed. No new substance is formed during this change. The physical change may occur due to heating and cooling. For example, when you heat the water, it gets changes into steam. You can see the water vapors. On cooling steam, it changes into water again. When we cover the pan with the lid, you can see the water droplets on the lid. Similarly, when you freeze the water, it changes into ice. On keeping the ice in warm place or in normal temperature, it changes into water again. So, there is a change in state, shape, size and state. The other example of physical change are stretching of a rubber band and cutting of hair. When we stretch a band and again its size and shape is changed, but when we lose it, when we it retain its original shape. So these are the examples of the physical change. Chemical change, when the matter changes altogether to form a new substance, it is known as the chemical change. In the physical change, no new substance is formed, but in chemical change, new substance is formed. It is a permanent change and cannot be reversed. As physical change is temporary change and that can be reversed, but chemical change is permanent change and cannot be reversed. For example, when you burn a piece of paper, it changes into ash. This is a chemical change because when we burn paper, it changes into into completely new substance and we can't get the paper back. Other examples of chemical changes are making a chapati from the wheat flour, curdling of milk, etc. Thank you.